Coming up on Unpeeled, this movie continued to dominate at a major award show.
It was no doubt from Paramount as the merger with another major film company continues.
There was no heated rivalry between these two gold medal teams on late night.
And this storied local music director is officially stepping down. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Rob Gabrik.
And I'm Albaugh. We start with news on a popular morning show host. Earlier today, CBS morning host Gayle King announced she's renewed her contract to stay at the network. She said, quote, "As always, I'm open to new adventures here and ready to go." This comes after an announcement from Variety speculating that she was departing.
This renewal keeps one of CBS's biggest talents attached during a time of turmoil. The Paramount-owned news branch is under new leadership and may potentially merge with CNN if the Warner Brothers Paramount deal goes through.
Paul McCartney is back in the spotlight with a new documentary, Man on the Run. Covers McCartney's musical and personal journey following the Beatles' breakup in the 70s. Audiences will get a deeper insight into the formation of his band Wings and features some never-before-seen footage. How about that, Rob?
Yeah, let's go. Never seen it? I'm excited about it. The documentary highlights McCartney's struggles and motivation to carry on after the Beatles disbanded. The film will feature interviews with Paul's first wife, Linda, the three other Beatles, and insight from John Lennon's son, Sean, about the legendary Lennon-McCartney dispute. The film is now available on Amazon Prime Video. Watched it, loved it. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, Drew, big Beatles fan right here. I'm not shy about it. Maybe Professor Les Rose might be the only Syracuse counterpart here to me. But, you know, love the Beatles. And I love Wings. And I'm so happy that Band on the Run and the whole Wings story got to be, highlighted like this.
Right. I'm a fan of Paul McCartney, but it almost is like, next to you.
Now, listen,
I
you're
mean,
always
I
welcome.
almost can't be as much
okay.
of a star as you over here about Paul McCartney. I mean, one of the biggest stars, back in the 70s, but even to now, he kind of transcends time almost. And now Paul McCartney gets a standalone documentary, not about his time with the Beatles.
Yeah,
I mean, he's transcended that even. It's his post-Beatles run. Now, if you had to rank Wings, if Beatles is a 10, where's Wings at there, Rob?
Wings is, I'm a Wings fan. I love Wings Over America, one of the best live albums out there.
Okay.
Band on the Run is an incredible rock album. But, Paul and Linda and Wings love what they did. I mean, can't really hold a candle to the four mock tops from Liverpool, but on, to the screen, from music to the screen, the SAG Actor Awards aired last Sunday on Netflix for the third straight year. Sinners took home the top prize for Best Ensemble in a Motion Picture, with Michael B. Jordan winning Best Actor for his role in the film. Catherine O'Hara was also honored with Best Female Actor in a Comedy Series for her part in the TV show The Studio, following her passing last month.
And for the first time in its 32-year run, the Actor Awards had a red carpet theme and a dress code. The concept was reimagining Hollywood glamour from the 20s and 30s. The show partnered with Elle magazine to make the theme come to life and marks a rebrand for the event, following in the footsteps of the Met Gala. Rob, I mean, with your little, with your
pocket square we got there.
I love the pocket square that Rob's working with over here. You could go and watch the event.
The two of us could go. Me and you, they would love what we have. It is a fake pocket square. It's not real, so don't get too twisted up about it.
So I was giving you too much credit.
No, listen, it's okay. I don't need all the credit. It's us. It's us.
Okay.
But I love the event. I thought it was awesome. I love the dress code too.
I love it.
I just think it's a good standard for everyone to look at. It makes the event look a whole lot better. I also loved how the event, honored legends like we said, Catherine O'Hara. But Harrison Ford winning the Lifetime Achievement Award, was excellent. What a speech by him.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he did great. Look at all of those great tuxedos worn by all the crowd.
Look at that. You could tell. You could just tell they all enjoy the way each other looked.
When legends like Ford hit the stage, you got to be ready to go out there and kind of put on a show. I think there's been some allure lost of the red carpet over the last century. We're in the roaring 20s nowadays, almost reincarnated. I kind of like it. I kind of like changing things up a little bit.
I was a fan. I loved it.
All right, more recent news. Earlier today, University Union announced social media star Brittany Broski is coming to Syracuse for a royal evening in Goldstein Auditorium. Broski is known for her comedic social media presence and rose to fame in 2019 after her viral kombucha girl video. You saw that one?
Love it. It's one of my favorites. Since then, she's built a massive online following through her relatability and engaging content on both YouTube and TikTok. She now hosts her own podcast, The Broski Report, alongside her web series, Brittany Broski's Royal Court. The event is free and will take place the evening of March 18th. However, tickets are already sold out.
Old news at this point.
We won't get there, sadly.
All right, staying in Syracuse, SC women's basketball may be joining the madness in March. After defeating Boston College on Sunday, the Orange finished their season at 22 wins and just 7 losses. The team is led by center Uche Izoje, who won an ACC Rookie of the Year award.
Nice.
The former Japanese League standout is just the second SU player in women's history to take home the award.
Yeah, I mean, she's a stud, but that's not all Izoje. She was also named to the All-Conference First Team.
Wow.
Izoje and the Orange head to Georgia as the 7th seed in the ACC tournament and will play the California Golden Bears tomorrow at 5 p.m. The Orange look to pick up a few more wins and safely secure its spot in March Madness. Been an awesome season. Awesome to follow along with these guys. You know, the women's team in 2024 was great with the Asia Fair, but I love the depth of this team, and I've really enjoyed following all year long.
Right, guards Dominique Darius and Layla Felia have been so huge, but of course it's Uche Izoje that kind of headlines the event.
Yeah.
Again, just a freshman, sure, but played a couple of years in Japan before coming to Syracuse. Head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack recruited her. At one point, she was at Nigeria before learning Japanese, going to Japan. I mean, crazy story. And now the Syracuse women's basketball team, a couple games away from potentially making March Madness. It's going to be a tight one against Cal, though. Took the Golden Bears to double overtime a month ago.
Yeah, definitely. All eyes on that one tomorrow at 5. But you mentioned Coach Felicia Leggett-Jack. Got to give her props here. You know, the team third 20-win season under Coach FLJ here. Got to get that ACC tournament title, though. And, you know, like you've said, still got to, you know, get a couple more wins on their ticket before they can actually be dancing in March.
At least a victory against the Golden Bears to dance.
Come on.
At least.
Come
well,
on,
we keep dancing after this break. We break down what the new Paramount Warner Brothers deal means to you as viewers.
And the Brit Awards took over London this past weekend. Find out more when Unpeeled returns.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. A massive media merger is shaking up Hollywood after Paramount Global has bought Warner Brothers Discovery. Our film reporter Sophia DeStasso tells us how this movie will consolidate the industry by making films and networks under one company.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. Hollywood is about to get a whole lot smaller. In a massive $111 billion deal, Paramount Global is projected to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery, combining two of the biggest studios in the world. If this deal is approved by the government officials, it is going to reshape the film industry in a big way. If you know Warner Bros., you know some of the most iconic franchises in entertainment, like the Harry Potter series, the Conjuring universe, and Lord of the Rings. These are just a couple of my favorites that are going to now fall under the Paramount umbrella. And if you look behind me, you can see how massive this merger is going to be. On top, it shows all of the companies, networks, and channels Paramount will own. These will include networks like CBS, CNN, and HBO. And when it comes to franchises, we're talking Star Trek, Mission Impossible, and The Sopranos, and dozens of more spanning over the history of pop culture. The Paramount staff say they are committed to producing a minimum of 30 theatrical films annually, delivering exceptional entertainment to audiences, and driving long-term job growth across film and creative industries. But not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that when companies get bigger, the number of buyers for scripts and projects can actually shrink. This means that there would be fewer opportunities for writers, directors, and staff. This deal would place decades of pop culture under a single corporate roof. The bigger question, though, is what this means for the future of Hollywood. Does bigger actually mean stronger, or just fewer voices at the table? For now, the merger still faces regulatory review. I'm your film reporter, Sophia DeStasso. I'll send it back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Sophia. The Brit Awards celebrated this year in music in the UK and saw the return of one superstar. Our music reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb has a full breakdown of the show. Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here. Happy to be here with you. Tell us, who took home some trophies?
Well, plenty of artists from around the world were honored, but what was interesting was this is the first time that the Brit Awards did not take place in London, and actually was in Manchester at the Co-op Arena. This is after nearly 5 decades of history of being in London. But Olivia Dean was the most awarded artist. She took home 4 awards, including Artist of the Year and Album of the Year. Rosalía was the first Spanish language artist to win the International Artist of the Year award, and Ozzy Osbourne was posthumously awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, that's great. My girl Olivia Dean, happy to see her, getting her flowers there. Any other standout performances?
Well, I'm glad you say that. Olivia Dean went onto the Brit Award stage for the first time, making her debut, and a lot of other artists did as well, like Olivia Dean, Alex Warren, Somber, Rosalía. But what I was most excited for was Harry Styles. He performed for the first time live since 2023, and he did choreography like you've never seen before. He does this little hip-hop move, which he's about to do. There it is.
Nice.
Very shocking, unexpected from him, but it's very exciting to see this ahead of Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally's release.
Yeah, that's so exciting. A mouthful of an album title there. How's he preparing for it?
Oh, he's doing a lot of promotion. He is, doing a one night only in Manchester that's going to stream on Netflix. He's doing 40 listening parties in 40 cities across the world, and he's pulling double duty SNL March 14th. Excited to see that. And he also went on Brittany Broski's Royal Court, and she asked him those hard-hitting questions like, what's his bedtime routine? And besides a sushi restaurant, what restaurants does he think need a song? But overall, it's making me really excited to hear this album.
Oh, well, that's great. Thanks so much, Elizabeth. When we come back, it may not feel like it, but spring break is here. And Unpeeled set out to find where students are spending their breaks. Stay tuned, Unpeelers.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? the Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Boy, oh boy, is this year's spring break much needed. After heavy snow this winter season, I think it's just the right time for Syracuse students to soak in the sun. Our lifestyle reporter Jocelyn Mejia has more on students' destinations for the next week.
Spring break time has finally come and many of students are leaving campus. People are going all over the place, but spring break this year is looking much different. Usually a #1 travel spot for students is Mexico because of the nice weather and affordability. However, due to recent events, Mexico is now at a safety caution level 2 according to the U.S. Department of State Travel Advisory. Many students have had to make adjustments to this year's travel plans and others have just had to take a loss. I talked to a few students on campus to see where they're headed. Let's take a look.
I'm Adam, I'm a junior, and I'm going to Italy to visit my abroad friends for spring break.
I'm Max, I'm a freshman.
I'm Reed, I'm also a freshman.
We're going to Clemson for spring break for a training trip on the rowing team.
I'm a sophomore, and for spring break I was supposed to go to Puerto Vallarta, but because of everything happening in Mexico, we had to move it to Miami.
Hi, I'm Mia, I'm a sophomore, and I'm going to Denver for spring break.
I'm Nadia, I'm a sophomore, I'm going to SDSU.
I'm Allie and I'm a sophomore and I'm going to Charleston.
Hi, I'm Troy. I'm a senior and for spring break I'm going to New York City and I'm also going to Atlanta for the weekend.
Hi, I'm Audrey Grunwald. I'm a freshman and my friends and I are going to California.
I'm Will Broad. I'm a senior here and for spring break I'm going to Barcelona.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm a senior and for spring break I'm going to Jaco, Costa Rica.
As you can see, after plenty of interviews and surveys, people are really going all over the place. But as you can see in this map, I did a little bit of percentages here, and a lot of people are staying within the United States. I think it's mostly because of safety, but as you can see, a lot of California, a lot of Florida, just people soaking up the sun. And as far as Europe goes, it's visiting a bunch of friends abroad. And as a college student traveling in or out of state, you have to remember it's important to stay safe. Make sure you're close to friends, protect your valuables, and share your itinerary with others. I'm your lifestyle reporter, Jocelyn Mejia. Back to you, Drew.
Great advice as always, Jocelyn. Thanks so much. The Olympics might be over, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop seeing our athletes on the big screens. Both the men's and women's hockey teams made an appearance on SNL, and our pop culture reporter Abby Tolchin is here to break it down for us. Abby?
Thanks, Drew. This past Saturday, Connor Story hosted SNL with musical guest Mumford & Sons. Story has recently entered the Hollywood scene after landing the role as Ilya Rozanov in the new hit series Heated Rivalry. The show is about two hockey players and their love story. Now, taking a look at a different hockey world. As many people know, both the U.S. and men's and women's hockey teams recently won gold medals at this year's Winter Olympics. When the men's team won, President Donald Trump invited them to the State of the Union and then said he would have, quote, have to bring the women's team, end quote, or he would probably be impeached. Hillary Knight, the captain of the women's hockey team, explains why they declined the invitation.
The way women are represented, it's a great teaching point to really shine light on how women should be championed for their amazing feats. And now I have to sort of sit, and anybody has to sit in front of you and explain someone else's behavior. It's not my responsibility.
So during Story's monologue on SNL, Quinn and Jack Hughes joined him on stage, showing off their gold medals. However, the applause the Hughes brothers received was nothing compared to when Hillary Knight and Megan Keller from the women's team, when they walked out and joined them. As you can hear, the applause was just insane. And everyone was just so excited to see them and be able to hear everything that they had to say. Their appearance addressed Trump's comments with not even saying it was going to be just us, but we thought we'd invite the guys too. And Keller adding, yeah, we thought we'd give them a little moment to shine while playfully elbowing Quinn Hughes. Now, these aren't the only celebrity guests we got on this episode. Story's heated rivalry co-star Hudson Williams made an appearance on the ice, showcasing the two's close friendship that co-starring has created. As well, when Mumford & Sons performed, they brought out musical guests Hosier and Sierra Farrell to sing a few songs with them. Well, it's nice to see all hockey players, the Olympians, and the actors get the recognition they deserve. But that's all I have for now. I'm your pop culture reporter, Abby Tolchin. Drew, back to you.
Thanks, Abby. When we come back, are reality shows starting to lose the plot? Find out more after the break.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Sideline Squeeze. I'm Victoria Daly.
And I'm Lindsay Aarons.
Jumping right into Thursday night football, the Commanders took on the Eagles last night. 3-0 the last 3 games. Virginia Tech is coming to the Dome tomorrow.
Fran Brown has just totally changed the culture of Syracuse football for the better.
September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we have a big fight card. Mikey, it's Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga.
The Eagles completely clicked on all cylinders in this second half.
Let's go to the finals predictions. What are you thinking?
I'm going Liberty and Sun, and I'm going Liberty taking it home this year.
On Bones Jones really kept his heavyweight here. I mean, a pure dominant TKO.
With November comes playoff time for women's soccer. That means the ACC tournament is in full swing, and the NWSL playoffs are not too far behind.
She's dominant in the paint. She scores in the paint. We know that she's aggressive. She littles everybody. But what does the perimeter look like?
It was a solid season for the Orange. I mean, like you said, 13-7 on the season, 4-4 in conference play.
You got Cameron Breen, you got Rakia Jackson. You just need somebody at that guard spot that a little thin in that area. That could be a dangerous trio in the WNBA.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
The Grammys have come and gone, and now it's time for the Sammys, also known as the Syracuse Area Music Awards. Our Syracuse events reporter, Tegan Brostrom, is here to tell us about the uniqueness of this year's event. Tegan?
That's right, Drew. The Sammys are this weekend, March 5th and 6th, and there's a Hall of Fame and a awards show, and it really brings together all the different music artists from the Syracuse area. So rock and rap, country and classics. Everyone comes together because they're all from Syracuse. It's been going on since 1993, so it's a great annual event, and they're all looking forward to it.
And I love the name. I mean, Sammy's
I know.
Grammys.
It's pretty creative.
Just to get better than that. Is this year's event different than the years in the past?
It is. So this year is the director's last year. She's been directing it for the past 35 years. And within the community, Liz Nowak is known as the Feather Smoother. Kind of an interesting nickname, but that's what she calls herself, the Chief Feather Smoother, as someone who kind of brings the event together and smooths feathers around the edges. And in 2023, she received the Founders Award for her commitment to this event and to this organization. So she's really put in a lot of work over the past 35 years.
So are there any awards that are being given out in this time around that isn't just the Smoothing Feathered Award or whatever you're talking about?
Right, yeah. So just to focus on one award specifically, the Best New Artist Award is going to Jeremy Kennedy, and he's actually our exact age, 21. He's a guitarist, a singer, and a songwriter, and he's been doing really well in the Syracuse area, pretty well known, and he's performed at Funk and Waffles and Owl's Wine and Whiskey. So he is receiving that award, and there's a lot of other awards that are going to be handed out, and it's going to be a great event.
Well, thanks for talking to us about the Sammys. Of course, confused with the Grammys once in a while. Anytime. Come on, Tegan. All right, Rob, over from Sammys to the theater industry. What do we got?
Yes, well, a new reality show is coming to Netflix, but to some, it seems like the same reality drama we've seen before, but just in a different costume. Our reality TV reporter Gabriela Guadalupe takes a look.
Thank you, Rob. Netflix is introducing a new dating experiment show called Age of Attraction, where singles between 22 and 59 search for love without knowing each other's real age. Hosted by former Bachelor Nick Viall and influencer Natalie Joy, a couple with an 18-year age gap themselves, the show asks a simple question: is age just a number? But if the premise feels familiar, that may be the point. MILF Manor asked this question by bringing in younger men to date older women, and removing variables has become a formula that dating shows know very well. Love is Blind took away physical appearance. Back in 2003, the show Joe Millionaire hid someone's wealth status, and now Age of Attraction hides age. And it's the entire world of reality TV that is repeating structures. Vanderpump Rules is the same status-driven friend group drama that is behind The Real Housewives and Siesta Key. Even competition shows like America's Next Top Model and RuPaul's Drag Race, where contestants complete challenges and face eliminations with the goal of receiving a contract to achieve their dreams, are structured the same way. While it may look like laziness to some, for reality TV, it is strategy. In an era where streaming platforms are competing for attention, repeating formulas is the safer way to go for audience engagement. But audiences are starting to notice, with viewers online comparing new series to older hits, even pointing out how reality shows keep the same franchise and formats and just changing the country it takes place in. But if people keep watching, the formula keeps working. Now, the first 5 episodes of Age of Attraction premiere March 11th, with the final 3 dropping March 18th. And I'm curious to see whether age is just a number or just another twist on reality TV's safest strategy. I'm your reality TV reporter Gabriela Guadalupe. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Gabriela. When we come back, we find out which of the Unpeeled staff is most likely to betray us. Stay tuned, Unpeelers.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
breathe right into your foot,
your plumber's masseuse,
yes,
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
The season finale of the hit show The Traitors aired last Thursday and was full of betrayal and a big payout. Love Island star Rob Roush was crowned the season 4 winner after blindsiding his faithful Maura Higgins, his closest ally during the show.
Throughout the season, Roush received nearly every other contestant, successfully hiding the fact that he was a traitor until the very end. Before winning the money, he was able to convince Higgins to vote out fellow traitor and former K-pop star Eric Nam before taking home the $120,000 prize pot for himself.
Shout out, Rob. Let's go, baby.
It made us think, who would be the biggest traitor amongst us Unpeelers? And we voted on it, and
ho! I know him.
Rob's gonna stay Robin
guy
over here.
So
we got Rob, Ella, runner-up Nate, so tied over here. And then the worst traitor.
So does this mean these guys would betray us?
No, they would be. They'd be the worst traitor. So,
they would be bad at betraying us. So that's kind
Victoria,
of
and we got
Victoria,
Riley,
and Nina
on the bottom. So
so Ella and I. Sorry, Ella.
Can't trust these three. We also have the full voting tallies.
What do we got here?
Really break it down. It's hard to tell, but The funniest thing I think for me was that Abby Tolchin received 1 vote for the best trader. You want to guess who voted for Abby?
Wherever she is,
It was
think
Abby.
it was her.
It was Abby was the 1 vote. So we got Abby here, of course, Ella at 7, Rob at 7.
Riley none. Riley nothing.
Nothing.
The poor Kate and Gabby crowd got 0s. And Sophia. Wow.
Right. I picked up 3 myself. Over here, the worst trader, you have 4 votes.
Oh, so we're kind of split on how I would do on this show.
Rob would be a good and a bad trader.
I like that. I think that bodes well for me. I like that. Where are you? Where are you at? You got 1.
I got 1.
People love you. That's what they trust you.
Not really. And we're right in the middle here. We're right in on the middle here. All right.
Fortunately, that is all the time we have with you tonight.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram and at CitrusTVE on X. I'm Drew Albaugh.
And I'm Rob Gabrik. From all of us here at Unpeeled, stay traders, Syracuse.